Hey everyone, here's a tutorial on how to properly do the Abomination correctly in 10-man and 25-man heroic Professor Putricide. Uh, I'm going to talk about what happens when you do the fight properly. With you don't slow the green ooze, and you get 2 casts of Slime Puddle in phase 1. And then I'm going to talk about what happens when that doesn't happen and you don't get a purple pool on the side. How can you still kill the fight if you don't get a second cast of slime puddles in phase 1? So I'm going to talk about both circumstances here. And then we'll talk about the last phase too. So as you see on the poll, I just rocket booted up here. I'm going to, like, if you're a blood DK, this is where you hysteria. Um, if you're a prop paladin, this is where you're wearing full mitigation gear for this fight. There's absolutely no reason not to. So you're just doing what you can because as soon as you click the table, you see you have this mutating timer up here. You can move and do damage and heal and like send cooldowns before you actually get into the A-bomb. You have 6 seconds after you click the table to do at least a little bit of damage. It's not much, but you can at least help a little bit. So we lost on the pull actually, and we're 3 healing this fight. So our goal is to completely skip the first green ooze, and then we just do the transition phase, and it works. We don't get the first green ooze, and the transition phase is a little bit wonky, but another thing that we did here is we all just stacked on the boss when we were about to transition. We're all stacked on the boss, and we don't move. So I'm just going to go ahead and do as much damage as I can here, because I know we're trying to push to 80% before we get the first green ooze. One thing, we didn't do the perma pool over here, and I know that this second cast of Slime Puddle in 32 seconds, I am not going to get that. So I need to get as much energy out of these 2 pools as I can. So what I do here is I suck this first pool up almost all the way, but I don't suck it all the way. And you see it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. I needed to do that. I went to this pool. I sucked it up a little bit, but I didn't suck it up all the way. The boss is transitioning now. He's actually casting the wrong thing. Um, he's casting the transition phase. Never mind. He's not casting the wrong thing. This is double ooze. Um, we're all stacked on the boss here. All the melee and I guess the rangers still spread out for plague or whatever, but we're all just DPSing the boss right now. Um, and again, I know for a fact that I'm not going to be able to slow boats here, so I say, if I make a call out and raid, hey, I'm going to slow the green ooze, but the red one is fast. You need to kite it. And I'm still trying to get energy. I actually sucked this pool up all the way, which maybe it wasn't the right thing to do because I have to babysit this one a lot. I suck it up a lot here, but I have to stop. And our hunter was just like the one that was booting around and kiting the red ooze. I'm not sure what's better if in the situation whether to slow the green one or to slow the red one, but I felt like slowing the green one was better. I felt it was just easier to deal with because it's probably easier for one person with the red ooze to just boot around or like ice block or blink or something, as opposed to the entire raid having to continuously stack and send cooldowns on a fast green ooze. So now I'm actually able to suck this pool up all the way. And I'm actually able to slow the red one now. And I call it in raid chat, hey, I'm slowing the red one. The green one is fast now, but it's actually fine because we've already done so much damage to it that it's just going to fall over and die, and that's okay. So the red one is fast now. It's sort of just moving around. I didn't actually eat up that pool all the way, which was kind of a mistake now. But I'm not in danger of getting behind here. I have plenty of time to catch up because he's going to do Slime Puddle right now as soon as he gets out of the transition. As soon as he gets out of the transition phase, he casts Slime Puddle shortly after. So I know that I have a lot of time to sort of work on these. Right here, I should have just sucked this one up all the way. There was no reason not to. And it actually kind of bites me here because the red ooze is coming out. I slow it. I'm DPSing a little bit. But what I really wanted to do is I wanted to be on this ooze full time. And I kind of griefed myself by leaving this pool up because now because I know I have Slime Puddle coming at 5. I have to come up and eat this pool. I have to. Because if I don't, I'm going to get behind. And I can't get behind. So I'm just going to eat this one up all the way. And then this next puddle I'm going to come up to and eat all the way. Um, we're still we're still hard on the boss right now. This one I should have just eaten all the way, I think. Yeah, I definitely should have just eaten this one all the way, because here's what's going to happen. After this ooze, we're going to push the boss to 35. We are not doing another ooze. It's not going to happen. A lot of raids, maybe you would get the boss to like 37% after this ooze, and then you would do the red. A lot more consistent way to do this would be to just kill this green ooze, get the boss to 37%, and then wait for the red ooze, kill it, and then push the boss. That would be a far more consistent way to do it. But what we do here is we actually just we're gonna full send on the boss here. We're just cleaving our hearts out on the ooze and the boss. And I should have just eaten this up all the way, because now he's gonna cast Slime Puddle here, and I have more than enough energy. Another thing that I should have done is our strategy with this boss is we're gonna move it to the table, and all the melee are just gonna stack on it while he's transitioning. And just DPS the boss while these oozes are just out running around. So what I should have done, I should have just eaten this one up all the way. And it actually comes back to bite me in the ass a little bit later. Me not eating that pool. I chose this one, which was just a bad idea, because no one's going to be over here. You see all the melee are up there, all the pets and everything are up there. When the green ooze comes closer to them, they're going to swap to it, obviously, but right now they're just getting as much damage as they can. I'm able to slow both of them, and you see this pool is just growing bigger and bigger and bigger. This was an absolute mistake to leave this pool up. There was no reason for me to eat the one that was closest to the green ooze, because we're never going to be over there. You see, I actually have the energy, and I barely got up the slow. Another thing here is that you see our feral druid, or bear tank. As soon as the boss engaged, he was like already over here. So he had to run from his transition spot all the way back here. And then as soon as the tank saw the boss come out, he started rocket booting around in a circle. And what this does is it prevents the boss from meleeing him and applying the first stack. So if you can boot around as soon as the boss comes out and delay his first melee and delay the first application of the stack while everybody's trying to deal with the ooze, it gives you so much more time. Because if he had just stood like right here and waited for the boss to come with him, he would have already had the debuff applied. Look at how much time he actually buys. Now we get the stack applied. As opposed to, he could have got this like maybe 5 or 6 seconds earlier if he had just stood and waited for it to come to him, instead of booting around and trying to delay the stack. So now we're finishing off the red ooze, and then we're hard swapping to the boss. I think melee we're already on the boss. So he's gonna get 2. And then our cat is gonna taunt for 2 here. If you have a warrior, you can bop them and have them AoE taunt for a stack. That makes it far more consistent. You could also literally just use 3 tanks for this fight in this phase, just to spread out the amount of stacks people are getting. So now our cat taunts. He gets H sack. He's like got skin up and everything. I think he gets PS here. I don't remember. I don't think he does. I'm taunt. As soon as he gets 2 stacks, I taunt wall. And then as soon as my wall ends, I'm going to D-sack here. This boss is going to die. And it's honestly not even a problem, really. So I get the 2 stacks and the boss just falls over. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about how to do the Abomination properly, and a little bit about Putricide Heroic.